Hi guys, welcome on my YouTube channel CrochetPinkPumpkin. Last week I posted the double loop stitch tutorial with my left hand, and this week is gonna be with the right hand, so it may be easier for everybody to watch. And it's actually the stitch I use for the bags right here. So if you want to make it, I have the pattern on my blog CrochetPinkPumpkin.com, so go check it out. There is a free version and a PDF version available on my Etsy, so everything is linked. And let's get started with the stitch. So you start with a chain, you know, a regular chain, and the pattern will usually tell you which stitch you have to start. So sometimes it's the second stitch, the third stitch from the hook. So here I think I'm gonna start from the third stitch, but usually the pattern always tell you here. So I'm gonna slide the hook in the chain right here. Some struggle over here. Okay, I should have cut this moment. Right here, so you insert your hook. Oh my god, I'm sorry about that. And you wrap your thread around the two fingers like that. So the two fingers are actually for the size of the loops, so it's you who decides, you know. So you twist it this way, you go from out to inside, and you grab the free thread, you slip it through the first loop on your hook. So here you see your hook should look like that. Then you do a yarn over and you pass it through every loops you add on your hook. It's actually a pretty easy stitch. You get used to it very fast. I really like making it, you know, like I think it's super playful. The only thing is like you use a lot of yarn, but you know, it's worth it. So I'm gonna do it again. You slide your hook, you twist, or you wrap, I don't know how to say it. You go from outside to inside, you grab the thread, you pass it through the loop, the first loop only. Yarn over, and you pass it through the two loops. I think I didn't choose the right thread for this tutorial because it was pretty hard to demonstrate with it. So I will show you how to do it until the end of the row, because actually once you made a row of double loop stitch, you have to, when you turn your work on the next row, it has to be a regular stitch row, because if you do two rows of the double loop stitch, you know, you will have loops on both sides of your work, and except if you are looking for that, is not what we want usually, you know, like for example for the bag I didn't want loops in the inside, you know, it was a lining, so I didn't want loops inside. So you do one row of double loop stitch and one row on like single crochet, for example, and thanks to this single crochet row you can also do increases, decreases, you know, like, so you can really modify your work that way. So I just wanted to show you until the end of the row, and then we're gonna do the chenille yarn, because I wanted to show you like the visual of it, because if you decide to make my bag you will need to crochet chenille yarn. So we go to that on the next chapter. So here you see we arrive at the end of the row. So you did like a turning chain, you know, like to turn your work, turning chain right here, and then you do single crochet. As I said earlier, is when you make increases or decreases, you know, it's on this type of rows. Honestly, you get pretty used to it, to this stitch. I really like this stitch. I think on the bag it makes like a crazy effect. I don't know what you think. You can leave me a comment to let me know. So there you go, and then you start a new, you know, like you do a turning chain and then you start a new row of double loop stitch. And now we go with a chenille yarn. I will put the reference in the description. So I did a chain, a double loop stitch row, a single crochet row, and now I start a new row of double loop stitch. So it's actually the same thing as earlier. I just wanted to show you what it looks like with chenille yarn, and I recommend you to put stitch marker on each loop if you don't want to get confused, because it's very easy to get lost. So here you see like it's the same stitch, it's just more comfortable. I really love crocheting this yarn. It was so soft. So as I said, I will put the name in the description. I think it comes from Loops and Threads from Michaels, I believe. I will check. There you go. So if you want to make my bag, I will put the link in the description. It's a free pattern, as I said, and the PDF is available on my Etsy. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this video, and I wish you a beautiful weekend, and I see you very soon. Bye bye.